green peacocks, and red phoenixes. How about it? We got ourselves overthinking walls, two socks. Yeah, you get 'em. I like it. I like doing throw this in over here. That's all the reds, correct? Correct. Go ahead and grab the green. Pop this up here. Pop this up here. You could technically buy that. This for sure. This absolutely. And this 100%. The white crayon kind of goes around this one. I'd say it goes around this one to start. If it turns into another, it potentially continues a little stronger. All right, so that's your simplified pathing, and those are the levels on the NQ futures. Let's go ahead and grab a screenshot of this to preserve for forever. Documented forever. The average hedge fund is up 3.5% on the year. Embarrassing. Wow. Is that the latest stat? If so, just buy the broad market and could it beat hedge funds? I guess if you're there looking for uncorrelated returns, right? That's a different story. Let's pop that there. All right. That is what we've got on the simplified pathing here. And we will take one maybe sip of the coffee, keep things pushing forward, and we'll get into our QQQ Cash ETF. We've got 8:54 on the clock. We're doing excellent on time this morning. They must own Palantir and Microsoft. Yeah, I think Bill Ackman is out there chasing value right now. I think Pershing Square, they just released, or maybe he felt like going on a tweet rant, but Bill Ackman just said that he was a big buyer of like Microsoft, Meta, I think some of the others that he listed. Eli Lilly, I think, was in there. So, yeah, I suppose, you know. I wonder how Druckenmiller's doing right now. If he is taking the lessons learned from the .com bubble into this one. All right. I mean, he pretty quickly pivoted in .com anyway. But 3, 2, 1. We're good here. Sip and poof. Let's jump on into the QQQ Cash ETF. Let's see what's going on from this perspective. Qs. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Let's take a closer zoom, and I'll just break the chart. I know we're committing a chart crime by not including, you know, this over here, but I just want to be able to see the price action that's relevant. So, you know, again, chart crime. There's stuff off the screen here, but let's just be able to see the structure that we're dealing with. For anybody who's like, what's that second gray box? We actually did the math yesterday, and here is the weekly implied move for the remainder of the week, right? Because this is useful to know that the market was pricing in as of Friday, 743.65. But what after the war expectations changed, like what was the difference? And there's your upper bound, and here's your lower bound. So maybe what you might glean from that is just if the market pulls back and hits the lower bound of the remainder of the weekly implied move, you've just got a higher low over the gap close. That is interesting there. Okay, where are we here? We're opening right in this neighborhood there. So very straightforward, I would think. You are looking for primarily look below and fail of 742.40. 742.40, look below and fail keeps you in range. Brigade Bolt, all-time high, right over prior day's high, right over. I mean, honestly, this little shelf could be interesting as well. 745.65. I wouldn't put too much emphasis on that. I would think the market is kind of drawn towards the all-time high as a magnet. If that fails and we come back down into range, as we just said, that's fine. The short is underneath 742.40. If we come down into the previous day's low and we're bouncing around like this, again, there's your partial gap close. I would look for this, then a reclaim. If that fails, you know, full gap close is down there. That's 724.15. That may be getting cut off by the arrow. This is 731.25 on this previous area and gap close. 732.60 starts it, that previous low there. This is 737.50. And again, your key level for the consolidation to remain as optimally bullish as possible is going to be at 742.40. 742. Just in case it's tough to read the gray on the screen. All right. That's what we got there. That is your QQQ simplified pathing. Of course, your door number 4, I guess, door number 3, door number 4. Door number 4 is just, oops, nothing to do ahead of wash, and we just hang tight. Stay patient, let it be. All right. That's the Q's Cash ETF. We do have about 8:58 on the clock. We got the job done on the NASDAQ, which means it's time to continue forward and get the job done over on small caps. Let's go take a look at the smalls and see exactly where we're at on that front. Does that look like? Okay, good. Assassin's Creed with the 5 gifted memberships this morning. Shout out to the 5 new members: Carson, Jeremy. We have Eric.
And some of this shit looks real good. I just was gonna find somewhere that had really good looking sandwiches. Where'd they go?
Good. I think on US 30, I can show, I think we was maybe here or here. I didn't remember the quite, or maybe here, but market condition was not really good according to the one-to-one strategy. So while I was testing the things out, so this thing is working good. So now I'm not gonna trade. Actually, on Monday also I said I'm not gonna trade, but I saw this beautiful setup. So I was like, let me
Oh, you know what, Michael, you know what? My father and I were talking about that yesterday. My father's a huge soccer fan, and he thought that Iran wasn't going to be welcomed into the USA, and they were. But you know what's interesting? The Russian team is not here. The Russian team is not here, but the Iranian team is here. I thought that was something. I thought that was something. Interesting that you noticed that, Michael. My dad, we were talking about that on Sunday during dinner. He was.
Don't worry, Shaq. The General gives you a break to keep you covered, whether it's on your car insurance.
Well, I know. So this whole trend of multi-type analysis I get it's kind of it's a tricky topic sometimes, depending on multiple type of analysis, right? But folks, yeah, without going too much into the weeds on that just right now from my man David Gash, but even with this drop that we had, even if I just click open the the S&P futures daily time frame right now, even though just last week or a week and a half ago, give or take, we had this drop. Okay, and we violated, say, a weekly level, a daily level of demand. We're still in the context of overall macro picture. Okay, so even though I was looking at this main low as a monthly low swipe, which almost kind of got there, and we violated this daily level here, which was also a weekly level here too, and we didn't close below on the weekly. In order for the monthly and the weekly to be in a down,
This is the highest high across all time frames. It's the timeline, ATH. So we got to give that some credit. And I think still seeking a higher low first is the main idea. If that fails, we'll compare. That's that. All right, 3, 2, 1, poof. Let's jump on over to the IWM Cash ETF. Let's see what's going on from this perspective. IWM Cash ETF, same concepts, different numbers, of course. So, slightly more zoomed out, actually. There we go. This is that same zone. Ideally, you pull back and hold in here. That's right where we're opening this morning. A little bit of a failure at the all-time highs. It's not like you went gap fill reversal and closed green, which is fine. I mean, you've been straight up here the last couple of days. You can afford a pullback to a higher low in this neighborhood. So I think that's in the cards. Something that looks like that, reclaiming 292.85. If we come in underneath it, once again, what's the level? Right in here, 288. 288 must hold. I know it's a little bit further south from the direct high of Wednesday from last week, but it's generally a respectable higher low versus we have here. It's still higher low. Should the market do this, right, you're still technically producing higher. All right. That's the IWM. That's what we've got on that front. Let's jump from there over to NVIDIA and get into the core list of companies. I am going to make sure that these things are as up to date as possible. Is it 903? It is 903. Go ahead and wipe that out. Same issue from yesterday. Hit this, copy, paste. All right. NVIDIA, what do we have here? Well, 211 is the key hold. I don't love the chart, if I'm being honest with you. Let's just take another stretch there. I don't like this. I don't like this location all that much. I would have really liked to see NVIDIA build out a little bit more respectful of a consolidative phase in here, and it's still possible it does that on a breakdown today under 212. Right, so I'd be more interested in like gap fill reversal, holding for a higher low. You know, you could see what we're trying to build here, some kind of inverted head and shoulders, a little bit of a base, and then up and out through it and be fine. I think this is just a little bit too soon, right? Happened a little bit too soon for NVIDIA timing wise. Not going to argue and say it's bearish. It's definitely not bearish to be gap and go and then close strong on the highs. That's not at all bearish. I just think in terms of participation, do I really want to be buying 211? Not really. I'd prefer that you had like a check back to the gap close and then a higher low. Once you're coming from a higher low, it's like, okay, is this inverted head and shoulders? And then we go, that becomes a little bit more confident. So just leaves a little bit to be desired, I think, on this NVIDIA in terms of timing. So we'll let it be. Let's jump on over from NVIDIA to Apple. Apple's still setting up this previous left, holding up as the new right. So there's no wrong, there's nothing wrong with that level at 288.65. You could use Apple, right? You could definitely use Apple as a vehicle to get through that thin structure retracement. Let's go back down to the hourly. You know, you could have something that does this. That's fine. I just don't necessarily know that it's a buy yourself time, right? Apple has been a slug recently. It's the perfect area to be long off of, but look at how lackluster the price action's been. Honestly, Friday, it's a little bit like, not really what you wanted to see after reclaiming this high, right? If this was a double bottom, Friday kind of blew that out a little bit. This, you know, I think it could do this. I think it can ultimately retrace the thin structure, but just understand your expectations. Manage expectations, as we always say. Don't think that you're going to get, whoa, in like a session on Apple. It's just not the way the stock acts. It's going over to Microsoft. I think Microsoft is just wait patiently. Yes, everybody can see the inverted head and shoulders. Wait patiently for the short at the daily 50, right? Short the daily 50, 412 overhead supply.
SASE and ADSP. Very, very similar. When you look at SASE, it's got net.
Some point, and I've continued to bring this up. It's probably cheap at some point. It's probably a dollar cost average buy. You just tuck it away in the long-term portfolio and forget about it for 10 years, right? That's a possibility here. Does it seem like a good day trading opportunity? I don't love it. I don't really love Microsoft here. So I'm going to pass on that primarily. It's not my top priority to be watching this one. What do we have here? Assassin's Creed would be $6.99 in the chat. Can we take a look at Amphenol, APH between sips, please? Yeah, we'll take a look at that as we head into the back half of the core list here. I know that that's been a pretty common name in the group. It shows up on the momentum scanner quite a bit, or at least, high beta sort of nice move scanner shows up quite a bit at APH. So take a look. I think it had a nasty failed break, but then maybe fixed itself. I'm just trying to pull from memory. We'll take a look at it once we buzz through the remainder of the core list. We're fine on time, 9:07. We'll have plenty of time to do that. Let's jump on from Microsoft to Amazon. Really tight day yesterday, just not a lot of range to it, staying sideways and put. I don't love it, honestly. I would think for me, this is actually more of a short underneath the previous day low to close the gap. The problem with that is, it's actually not a problem, but we're opening in range. So it's actually very possible you get opening drive that sets a bear flag down here, and then we close the gap. If we open too close to that low and we're just like, okay, there's the opening drive and then a lower high here, it's still short, but it's probably a little bit harder to execute on. Amazon, if you just go back to a daily chart, as much as I want to think that Amazon's going to be a winner of AI, and I still hope it is over the span of a long time horizon, in the short term, this is just undeniably still in a downtrend, and there's room for a lower high. You're under the 20, you're under the 50, you're under this left side key over here. Is this just a lower high for continuation lower is the big question, right? That's my take on Nancy. You have some ability here to basically take out yesterday's low today. Do we go back down to the 200? That's the big question. I think it's possible. If it wants to put on a show and get back up here and build out, whatever, left, head, right, if it wants to do that, then fine. right? Maybe we'll change our tone there, but for now, this is a downtrend. So let's go on over to Google. I think Google is the best of the Mag 7s that I'd prefer to look long at. The problem here is that it's the midpoint of the range, right? So you're just literally in the middle of this range, which means, you really don't want to see a full break all the way back down to the range low. I suppose you could do it. It's not like it can't happen. Of course, anything can always happen, but you'd prefer not to see it. I'd prefer to see more of just like sideways action in this range. Set yourself higher lows against the top end of the balance, and then ultimately you're up and out at some point. Okay, so 373.50, but is it ready today? I mean, that daily bar doesn't look so good from yesterday. I would think, there are odds that you come into the low end of the range, right? Let's go on over here and see what else is going on. Jeremy M says, for the last time, what are your thoughts on Japan raising interest rates today? Last time that happened, the market slumped. Do I think that it will be relevant with everything that's going on already? I don't think about it. It's not enough of a, let me frame it this way. If Japan's interest rates are enough, this is my very crudely drawn Japanese flag. If Japan rates are too much of a problem, it will be reflected in price action, and you will see it and as the market pulls in. So I don't know. It's just like, I mean, yeah, we can go look at the 6J, and I'll go over to APH after this as well, just because we're bouncing around a little bit. You can look at the 6J, which is the yen futures, right? And I believe this should be a auto adjusted. No, it's not. Let's try that. There we go. You can look at yen futures, and you're like, okay, are yen futures really ripping? Not really. I mean, look at this. They're still on the floor. Go look at the Nikkei, which is I believe JP 225. If I'm not mistaken. It's 25 JP and 225 JP. There we go. I mean, look at the Nikkei. How's the Nikkei doing? Right? It's fine. It's literally sitting up here at all-time highs. How does the Nikkei feel about rates rising in Japan? Don't care. Right? So I don't know. It's like there was the one freak out the market had, which doesn't even show up on this chart because it was years ago now, which is crazy to think over years ago. But when this was happening, it's
Nice
like,
trip.
oh my goodness. Like, yeah, the market cares about the rate problem in Japan, right? Currency was ripping, Japanese market was crashing. Yeah, that's a problem. But when you look like this, I mean, why overthink it? Not worth
No
it.
trailing.
They'll always make a big deal out of it in the headlines, but not really moving the needle. All right, let's go APH, and then we'll get back to the core list of companies. I just want to make sure that we cover this for Assassin's Creed. So this was that nasty failed breakout last week, right? See that upper wick on what would have been Wednesday, right? Wednesday breaks above that 154.30, fails back below. You do get sort of a look below and fail then here on its low, and you're sort of higher. So I think it looks great from a weekly chart perspective. Look at this flag on the weekly, APH. It's going to have a little bit of a low cheat setup there at 154.30 on the weekly. Your all-time highs up here. Let's call that 167s for round number's sake. So do I think that this looks good? Yeah, on the higher time frames, it looks great.
Nice
That's
entry
the whole point,
value
right? I
here.
think it's been a little bit, looks too back to the daily. A little bit tough to get involved on the daily. You kind of needed to be a buyer, red to green, look below and fail on what would have been Thursday. If you bought on Friday over Thursday and high, you're okay.
The way Qs are actually back below. These are back below that PML, back below that monthly outside break. They're not kind of dragging SPY back. So this guy, I bet it's on the side. That's an early candidates in the front. We are seeing down
Stop by 24.
early. Look at my Nvidia falling off a cliff back that week. We opened erasing the gains from yesterday. We're seeing some of the Sundays sell off as well. Some of the other Sundays, Super 6 continue to sell off as well. We're starting to see the VIX. VIX trying to catch a bid back. Start a little separation and winning. Right. So when I say separation from the VIX,
34.
from the VIX, I'm
Stop by.
okay, 50 cents is the threshold. Okay, at least 50 cents. All right, then I'll deem it separation. Okay. So if
I swear this almond shower oil has become one of my absolute favorites lately. I am obsessed with the texture because it starts as this rich oil and
it started to see SPY work its way below those highs. But at first, treat it as resistance.
31.
Okay,
Top 5.
treat it as resistance until otherwise. Don't chase meta. If you take meta and break within 7, that's 695, 70, 79, 75 territory. Break above that PMH into that 600. All right, so now we're at that 600. We're initially getting that rejection. Okay, look at the Qs, guys. The Qs are starting to course correct. Wicking below pre-market low, starting to push back the upside. Let's see that gives SPY what it needs to continue to push. Apple starting to come strength there. SpaceX did go all the way to 212. VIX falling off the cliff. If VIX slices and dices under 16, then we might take the roof off the thing. We just need the Qs to be on board, possibly get above VWAP, and we can be in the clear for those calls. The upside. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. How do you guys do yesterday, guys? How do you guys do yesterday? I thought on YouTube. That's why it's so important to be part of the community, guys. Our community was so awesome to see. Everyone was chiming in. Everyone was sharing ideas, helping one another. Right. So if you want that full experience, make sure to join our community, guys. Good morning. Good morning, Fishman, as always. God bless you and your family, health, economy, and follow the Lord. You missed yesterday. And you see 200 likes today because you have earned everyone's like and support. Amen. Amen. God bless you too, Fishman. God bless everyone in the chat. Good morning, Rajesh. Yep, back today, guys. We're back today. I was going to do the stream yesterday, but where I was, the internet connection was very shaky. There's nothing worse than having a stream with bad internet frustration, and then it's not even work.
Top sell 44.
You're frustrated,
Stop
you disconnect, you start to, and that's definitely not working. I've done streams in that scenario before. Okay, but if we can't deliver that quality, nothing. Hope 30% off the call. Good morning, Paul Man. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, 2018. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We have normal 100%. So that means SpaceX, eventually we'll get back to normal. Eventually we'll get back to normal. You'll see it's time when we start to pull back. Say you want to buy the IPO and you follow IPO best practice and now it's up to $60. Okay, wait. All right, will eventually come into play. Right? You have to have that mindset. You have to be willing to wait. Right. Every stock is going to see a 30-40% correctness on both sides. Okay, no one can escape it. No individual name is just going to go straight up. It can go straight up for a week, 2 weeks, but I promise you, okay, over the course of quarters,
by 27.
at some point in time,
Top 5.
right? So in the meantime, just wait. You got off IPO, you took the risk, you waited for it, you got rewarded. If you didn't, that's not part of the plan. Don't all of a sudden try to get it now. It has to be part of your plan. Good morning, Ms. Williams. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. The VIX 16 is going to be critical. We're starting to see the Qs catch a bit off that PML. Okay, they trapped all those some of the low PML, starting to squeeze back inside. SPY wants to desperately break this. SPY wants to desperately break above this, continue to push. But again, lots of selling pressure up there, overhead supply. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Nico. Good morning, guys. Nvidia trying to catch a bit off that weekly open. 208.99, 208.99 holding up. What goes up must come down 100%. Small gap does go on, you open. You're good. Shockwave will always be there for us. Shockwave will always be there for us. Wait for that. Nothing too clean. We know we're internal to Friday's range. Some early candidates to the downside. Microsoft. Some early candidates to the downside. Amazon. And the flip side, NU, SNDK. Those are large account names, guys. So I know it's very tempting if you want to trade NU and SNDK to go all the way out the money, okay, to make it affordable or make sense. Right, but that's a dangerous game you're gonna play if you want to do that. Right, so if you can't get
Stock
those
sell
contracts
29. Stock sell.
maximum within 5 points in the money, or within 5 points of the strike. Okay, 5 ladders above the strike, I would say it's out of range. Right, because it's very tempting to see SNDK run up. Okay, it's current at 21.55.
Stock sell
Trying to
30.
get the
Stock sell.
22 contracts, the 24 contracts, the 23 contracts, and go all the
Stock
way up.
sell 35.
And
Stock sell.
make it make sense from the affordability standpoint, right? If you have to do that, more than likely, it's out of range. If you have to do a lot of like that, sure you can, but more than likely it's out of range. Apple started the downside, on the Canada there for puts as well. APL. We're looking at the 290 puts on Apple. We'll have that on watch. Okay, so today is Tuesday, so a lot of those names, mega cap tech names, guys, they have those contracts that expire tomorrow. They have 1 DTEs. They can start to play somewhat of the intraday higher time frame ideas as well. And look at their intraday higher time frames. Line up.
Stock buy.
They're a nice support, resistance territory. We're starting to see the VIX bounce up at 16.
By 26.
Good
Stock buy.
PML. As you're coming in, guys, make sure to like the video. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. 100 likes will do the giveaway. Okay. SPY is chopping around. SPY is chopping around. IW does look promising. Dow does look promising. It's just we're just waiting for the Dow. Can the Dow reclaim that hit that VWAP? The Dow can reclaim VWAP with this size again. And the Dow and IW, you know, that strength of a chance above these highs. Okay. And slice and dice that, under that 60 on the mix. Meta's trying to break that 600. Intel's trying to push here. Ucom trying to push here.
24. Stock buy. Stock buy 30. Stock buy.
There's a lot of trouble in the market, guys, from yesterday. So yesterday, a lot of traders might have smooth. They're going to try to impose their will or force some trades today. So again, they're trying to get them involved, get them trapped up. Tomorrow's F1C. So make sure to tune into our stream tomorrow. Tomorrow's F1C. We're going to have an extended stream for you guys. We're going to have the press conference covering. We're going to take a couple of model trades at F1C, during F1C. We're going to go down, look for key trades allocated for that. Right, depending on if we see the move we're looking for at the time of the rate decision, or if we see that move taking place, or if we see that move taking place, or the move we're looking for take place during the press conference. Either or, okay, we'll pick up 2 trades tomorrow. And monthly open rejection, 100% guys, you can see monthly open. You have to respect it. I have to respect this. In the game plan from this morning, there's a couple of areas we want to pay attention to. Again, here, UPM, resistance until 301. It's a retrace. We're internal to pre-market, hypermarket low. We're internal to prior day's range. All right, so we're going through a period of digestion. Period of digestion, period of maybe 131, absolutely. The rule ID above 100. You're paying rough estimate, just a rough calculation. You think of it as, hey, you know what? You're paying twice as much. By paying. One that looks promising the upside as Meta.
Stock sell.
Meta. That's it. 213. It's SpaceX 213. What we're waiting for here on Spy Guys? Here the fourth breaks. Use reclaim VWAP. Okay. Small caps, stay above. Daily open at PMH. The Dow, stay above that the other that breaker. Slice and dice below 16 on the VIX. Starting to go. We're starting to see the meta looking good here. Meta looking good here. Okay, see meta can hold up. If you take meta above PMH into that 600. All right, that's an early setup for you to capitalize on it. Good. Shopper will be here for us within the next 2 seconds here, 30 seconds. I've been taking on SPY per usual.
Iceberg buy.
So far we're internal, treat everything as scalp. Okay, we're probably leaning towards scalp territory here. Tesla's starting to catch a bid as SpaceX continues to push. SpaceX is a major test here. It's 214.62 territory PMH. Okay, it's officially shockwave hour. All right, so my shockwavers, guys, keep a close eye. Keep a close eye. Shockwave time is here. If you haven't got a shockwave yet, guys, that's available for you to get. Okay, there's a couple of ways to get it. Make sure to visit our site. Tesla, if you're gonna take Tesla, guys, Tesla, watch over that PMA.
Sell 20. Stop sell.
Tesla's ID, take a look at Tesla's ID. It might be a little elevated because of its close connection to SpaceX. And then both have the same scenario.
Stop sell 20. Stop sell. Iceberg buy. Iceberg buy.
Meta here. Meta push. Another one. SpaceX. That day's gonna come, guys. We're gonna catch Shockwave on SpaceX.
Stock by 34. Stock buy.
Shockwave on
Stock by 30. Stock buy.
Meta does look appealing. That's a name I'm gonna sign on here. Let's take a look at tech. The cues are starting to come in here. Tesla's IV, okay, 60%. Slightly elevated, not too bad. See, the Qs can be the one that wants to break here. Qs are trying to break. Qs are trying to break. Qs going to break, guys. Big day below 16, we're good to go. Meta on watch, keep Q on watch, the upside. Meta, keep Q on watch.
Save thousands and thousands of dollars. Now you can get $300 off any plan, plus pay your monthly $1,000 value free. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. They network. 156 or recall.
I do take 5 here for coming to that contract on the lot as well. I'm looking at 756s. Okay, 756s and SPY. If you took Meta, manage accordingly. Be a shockwave. Okay.
Stock sell 25. Stock sell.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Hughes. Now we just need to bounce off that view up on the small caps, bounce off the view up in the down. We just start leading the way now. I want to see a decisive break. Let's break above this. This is resistance. I don't want it to come into this territory. Just lack of days to go back. I want it to break decisively. Or fire to take over that territory. You took Meta, congratulations. Anyone take Meta there? Meta's starting to go, right? Make sure to pay the trader. This contract from 60 plus bucks, $60+ per car. Walmart, yeah, Walmart starts to break down, that's nice. Only obstacle right there for Walmart is at 120.25.
Stock by 20. Stock by
The IV is gonna be the implied volatility, IMP space IMPL space BON. Meta's gone, guys. We took meta. We took the meta. Meta. Keep it a call sign, supply and stock weight. We take meta, the stock weight scale out, headed towards TP1. Per usual, I want to say decisive push up under territory here. Okay,
stock sell 32.
we're gonna have a webinar
No.
this weekend. I'm gonna carve out some time for us, that webinar, chocolate webinar. We're gonna spend about an hour. There's a lot of new chocolate traders that have gotten the indicator. Right, so in the more the existing people who have the indicator as well. You're welcome to the webinar. Anyone interested in the indicator, you're welcome as well. It's gonna be an open webinar. It's gonna be live. It's not pre-recorded. Okay. I will be sharing that link with you guys here. shortly. I'm looking for that break retest they plan on Meta. If you took Meta at the first go round, okay, you took it into the yearly open. That's about a 6-point appreciation. That's a massive push. If we do start to reject here, okay, the VIX is falling off a cliff. But as the VIX falls off a cliff, right, when it starts to really get below the 17, 18 territory, below the 20, it's not as effective. But you have to know when you use it, Tesla out of here. You start to break down. Amazon will be my horse for breakdown. The Amazon 245 puts, all right, just have that on watch. You took Tesla to the upside, we took Meta to the upside, we're going nicely. Apple coming into play. Well, looking at the 290s call on Apple, that I think it's image and again upside breaker. SPY is rocky, but call side there. The Qs, okay, trying to go with some opportunities. Tesla, nice break on Tesla. Okay, rejecting out that daily that retrace. Apple is starting to go here. I'll come back in just a little bit. Apple, another one. How we doing, guys? Beautiful. Thanks for the shout out, Meta. Good. Wait for you again. Meta, I tried to get into Meta. I missed it, no problem. I didn't get into as well. Apple, Meta, come back around. I have my alert set. Apple, let's put on this a little bit. Apple is looking good. Only just a little bit. A little bit of a conservative model here, model here. Waiting for that retest. SpaceX, guys. SpaceX is about to crack 220. SpaceX is about to crack 220. Keys are above that call trigger. Tesla out of here as well. Tesla. Tesla see some profit taking aggressive push to downside. Will be there for it. Not to wait for that as well. See how it starts. SPY does start to break down, guys. Horse in the race, Amazon. Amazon does have some
The $4.99 Angus Big Cheese Thick Burger from Hardee's is 100%.
all right. This acting as resistance, consider as rejection. First to lead, or the first group to lead, okay, as Amazon started to come in. Give us that VWAP, give us that VWAP. All the index give up VWAP. Amazon will be my horse in the race to the downside. But we need that structural break though. That takes place. Right? Apple is looking good, guys. If you took Apple, good. Tesla, Apple, Meta for the calls. Right, make sure to pay the trader. Amazon does have a couple of levels down there, so again, keep a pulse on Amazon 245 puts. These are the 2-day DTEs or 1-day DTEs. All right, expiring tomorrow. It is a Tuesday. All right, so the mega cap tech names expire Monday. Most of them expire Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So in the event that it starts working my favor nicely on Amazon, I will look to hold those runners and milk those runners, right? Our only obstacle on Amazon is D50. 246, 26. Apple, out of here. And take Apple. Apple out of here. If you we can report yes. All right, so we've seen some names take off, guys. Apple, Tesla. Okay, Meta coming back in. Not aggressively selling off here. Gonna come down to Meta and Amazon. What did Meta reject off of? Meta rejected right off of that TP1. SPY not doing much. 3 of the 4 indexes are still within that range, that opening range. You look at that Meta bounce right there. Five minute candles inside.
555.
Okay.
Stop buy.
VIX is falling off a cliff. Q is starting to go. Dow starting to dump, so they're not in sync. The indexes are mixed. Okay, so it's mixed. Mixed is mixed is mixed. So since it's mixed, all right, just make sure you treat those trades as scalps. All right, pay the trader. Don't discount the scalps. Don't discount the 20-25% TPs. I know we all love the 60s, 70s, 80s, 100s, but don't discount those early small wins. All right, small wins are big wins, guys. Okay, so we do get this breakdown on Amazon here. SPY is still chopping around. So the first 2 indexes to lead the way were the Dow and small caps. Now those 2 are selling off. Those 2 are selling off, and the Qs are showing some signs of strength, and that leaves SPY between a rock and a hard place, aka this type of action. All right, so this is the day before FOMC. FOMC is tomorrow. Remain patient. Amazon going the other way. London falling off the cliff nicely. Okay. Exxon trying to go up the upside. Intel. And these two within that opening range. SNBK getting near the put trigger. AMD getting very close to that put trigger. Okay, so see SPY. SPY is back at that daily open. All right, so back at the daily open here. So if the Qs start to fade, more than likely SPY will start to fade.
Stop sell 23. Stop sell.
You took that another bounce, could get good, manage accordingly. We're testing that daily open here. So now the Qs are starting to fade. The 2 leaders, which was IW and the Dow, are starting to fade. And the name that was leading the way when they were starting to fade was the Qs, and the Qs are starting to dump now. Okay. SPY starts to collapse here to the downside. All right, expansion to the downside. You can look at the 754, 753s. Puts. It has room into PML. And this is also a daily 50% retrace, okay? It's also that daily 50% retrace. So we're back at daily 50% retrace, smack dab in the middle of the day. These 5 minute candles here are critical, guys. We can see if we can all the indexes can stay below VWAP. We're testing that daily open. Apple continues to push forward. Keep your one in Apple. We trigger that daily upside breaker. Amazon, Tesla, I put on Tesla as well. Took the Apple scalp down. Good. Missed another one, no worries. Take your time, guys. Take your time. As you're coming in, guys, on YouTube, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe. Let's try to see if we can get to that 5,600, 5650 subs. That'd be great. Okay, our goal is to get the 6K subs by the end of the month. There's only one way to do it, by everyone subscribing to them. So still the numbers are mind blowing, only about 30%. Okay, so only about 30% of people that do watch the stream are subscribed to them. Only 30%. Tesla's out of here. Tesla scale out. I met a nice little bounce there. So if SPY does eventually lead to a breakdown expansion, full sign and video Amazon puts. Okay. And SPY itself, of course. NVIDIA 205 puts, do look appealing.
Sell 26. Stop sell.
Okay, NVIDIA starting to break down. See if NVIDIA can come back in. SPY starting to break down.
Stop sell 45. Stop sell.
Okay, SPY has riveted the PML. SPY has room into PML. Want that signal to last, retrace reject. See, we did that nice retrace reject. We do get that retrace reject to give it a call sign on NVIDIA. And of course, SPY itself. Want that signal to print. All right, so we're getting that continued break into that PML. Look at NVIDIA and Amazon. Okay, I'll take NVIDIA right there for the puts. Risk all the way here. First trade of the week. Some of the NVIDIA puts. See if we can continue to break down. If we can, we start to catch a bid there. My stop on NVIDIA is all the way there, conservative. Come back. Let's take a last SPY yet. We're gonna drop on Tesla, guys. Tesla rejects right off that weekly open. The only horse in the race at the current moment is NVIDIA. Ideally, what I want to see, guys, is SPY stay below VWAP. That can buy us a little bit of time. Buys a little bit of time. If it continues to push, gets above the territory, they'll get stopped out on NVIDIA. Okay. Now we're starting to see the key. We're starting to see IWM, guys. IWM is starting to catch a bid here. IWM is starting to catch a bid here. See if it's enough to expand. So it looks like the mega cap tech and small cap tech. There's some polarity amongst those names. So no signal yet on SPY. So we're gonna stay below VWAP. That can give us a little bit of time for NVIDIA. But if NVIDIA gets a close above that level, I can stop down. Okay. A little front running on NVIDIA. And we'll give it into that close. So if it wick above it, but if it closes above it, I'll get stopped out. In the meantime, SPY is testing that daily open. Okay. Amazon starts to break down. I'll take Amazon to the downside. I'll take Amazon right there. And then the Amazon puts as well. So I'm in both the Amazon and NVIDIA puts. We had that rejection at that level on SPY. I'll take the other, that'd be great. Amazon does have an obstacle at 46.26. Our first challenge is there, that daily 50% retrace. Okay. We did take Amazon, manage accordingly. Our first test is going to be right there. All right. In this case, I want this daily open test to go south, of course. Amazon, manage accordingly. Starting to break down. Again, these contracts got a little bit of time, but that's our first test. That key level right there. I want to say nice push below it. Okay. Amazon up 6-7. Okay, that's our first. You can take soft target there if you need to. I want to hang on to Amazon. Okay, Amazon up 8. Good. Amazon nice, then we'll take a majority off right there on Amazon at 10. All right, just secures a little bit of profit there on Amazon. See the runners can continue to push. On Amazon to stay below 50% retrace. As I can start to break down, that'd be great. Okay, so still in NVIDIA, no change in the position. Amazon puts on Amazon to the downside, quick scale out, 10% majority, holding runners there. What we need in this case, guys, is of course SPY to break down. All right, SPY to break down. That will further accelerate the Amazon runners, and now get NVIDIA back with the striking distance. NVIDIA, if I get a close on NVIDIA here, guys, I got it close out. I get a close above that level on the 5 on NVIDIA. I got it close out down about 20% NVIDIA. Okay. Okay, I got to close out there on NVIDIA. Okay, all out on NVIDIA. Stop that on NVIDIA on 23%. Amazon, runner still the positive. All right. As long as SPY can help.
Cyber criminals are constantly attacking. They want your data. They want your identity. They want your information.
SPY looking to test that VWAP. Okay, Amazon up 12. Okay, go Amazon. Okay, so stop that on NVIDIA. Amazon worked in our favor nicely. SPY can start to break down here. That's going to further accelerate Amazon. Amazon up 17. Nice, nice, nice. Amazon up 26. TP1 on Amazon, guys, up 28. TP1 hit on Amazon. As SPY can break down here, that's going to really help Amazon collapse. Okay. Take a little more off right there at 25 on Amazon. We'll be down to the last batch, and that's it. Okay, Amazon stay below this 5. If SPY can break down, head towards PML, Amazon could really start to get into the 30s. All right, so make sure you're taking your profit, guys. It's already TP1 hit on Amazon. Okay, what we're looking for is this breakdown here. And don't take Amazon, guys. If you take Amazon, you're getting good. If NVIDIA can come back into play, that'd be great. My stop on Amazon, okay, is gonna be right here. No close back above 246.26. No close back above that level. So very close to break even. Because if SPY really starts to break down here, Amazon can continue going on lower. All right. What would be encouraging is Amazon close below 246.07. And SPY get that breakdown. If Amazon ends up closing back above 246.26, I'll close out for a break even. Okay, so I'll close that right there on Amazon. Okay, so Amazon worked in our favor nicely. NVIDIA stopped out. Amazon went all the way to TP1. In this case, SPY just can't seem to get that breakdown. Okay, that would have helped. Okay, NVIDIA, Amazon, nice break. Broadcom, don't want to touch that. SPX, don't want to touch that. All right, so no signal on SPY. That's nothing on SPY so far. So if you take a look at NVIDIA, I like that setup on NVIDIA. All right, just gonna get that continued push lower. I have to respect that level down there. All right, so I ideally want to stay below that weekly open. All right, so again, I gave it to see if I had enough room to drop into this area. Couldn't get that drop. What's my stop? My stop is right here. It gets above it, it gets stopped out. Amazon, of course, we're going to do the breakdown per usual. Amazon played a little nicer than that. All right, Amazon get that break here. We get that hold below. What do we want to see? Hold below. Hold below that 50% retrace the daily. Okay, takes us all the way to that TP1. And it comes to TP1, immediately goes the other way. And then now it's that V1. Okay. SPY, I'm doing much. So again, treat these conditions as scalps. All right, so scalp. See profit, take profit per usual. Tesla, Tech, and VWAP. Meta continues to push the upside, guys. So it looks like they're playing a trap game. They're trap down here, trap up there. If you are trading, you don't have shockwave, right? It's very easy for you to get trapped in all this. But you can see on SPY, no trade yet on SPY. No signal yet on SPY. All right. I believe it was last week. Was it last week or the week before? Where we were short Amazon and Tesla simultaneously. Both of them ended up getting stopped out. So sometimes when I do see those two things taking place, I don't mind taking those trades that satisfy the criteria in either direction. Satisfy the criteria of the negative news and negative.
Introducing the boldest cheese it crunch.
You heard them taking suspicion on YouTube. No, if you don't want the 30 something lag, jump in our private community. Okay. Everything is available there. Delay free after stream. Right. The stream is completely for free on YouTube. With delay, there's ads. Right. If you guys are watching the World Cup, okay, what do you guys notice? What did you guys notice if you're watching the World Cup? What did you notice that's different? Did you notice anything different? Any new changes to the game? Any new changes to the game? How's that work? Nice, beautiful job. So today's a scalp. Okay, scalp day, guys. All the index are kind of doing their own thing. They're in first shift, see profit, take profit, Palantir. Nice. NVIDIA is going to take no money again today. Yeah, NVIDIA hydration breaks, exactly. 100%. So why are they having these hydration breaks? Do they care about the players? Is it for the sake of the players? Is a hydration break for the sake of the players, or is the hydration break to make soccer, right, an Americanized sport? In order for you to do that, right, I think we talked about this a year ago. There has to be commercial slots, right? You have to be able to monetize off the game. Okay, so they're testing this hydration break model to see if they can get some ad space. They're killing two birds with one stone, but the primary bird they're going after is the ads. Ad space to see if this World Cup in North America, especially in the US American, can really resonate with the viewers. And if it can, we have a product behind it. We have a product we can really package. We have some ad slots available. They probably can squeeze with the hydration break. They probably can squeeze 3 ads, possibly. They can make it a little longer, maybe 5 ads, depending on how much time it takes. Right, so pay attention to those things, guys. The same thing. So think of the ads on YouTube when you're watching the stream of hydration breaks. All right, so try to bypass that gap in the community. It's a small price to pay. To access to more content, okay? That's the first thing I noticed. But just notice how they market it. Notice how they market it. Because you can't be against the hydration break. You want the players to be able to play. Right, it's one of the most brilliant things I've seen in a long time. It's brilliant. Palantir puts SPX 460. Body armor. Yeah, I actually like body armor way more than Gatorade. Yeah, I like body armor. Let's take a look at Palantir, SpaceX, that's not PMH. PLTR, finally got away. Nice catch on PLTR, Firefly. Nice catch. So a couple of names went. Meta went to the upside nicely. Okay, break above that 602 territory continues to push. About a 1R there on Meta. Tesla goes above for 1R. Apple continues to push the upside, went all the way to 2R. NVIDIA, we took NVIDIA to the downside, stopped out. Amazon went up to 2R. SPY not doing much. It's a complete mess on SPY. Right, so don't let the action frustrate you. Tomorrow is, of course, FOMC. Today, I'm okay with it. Cash the position 100%. Cash is a position.
Ghost your ROI worries. Spend smarter. Snapchat ads.
What is a shockwave system? Shockwave system is a way for traders to capitalize off the opening range. Okay, so it's a system-based indicator.
Stock sell
It
24.
draws the key
Stop
levels
sell.
for you. Gives you your select the risk. It tells you where to cut the trade. It tells you where to enter the trade, and it tells you where your next TPs are, and it helps you and it guides you in capitalizing off the most opportune time. The most opportune time for traders, okay, is the first 2 hours of the day. The first 2 hours of the day is when most of the action takes place. Right, but that time is also the most difficult time to trade. So notice how the most opportune time is the most difficult time to trade. So opportunity is on the other side of that difficulty. So shockwave is the solution using the opening range to guide you, to navigate you, to be able to take those trades during that time. Okay, it's completely system based. There's no bias. You just come in, you let the indicator lead the way. You choose your risk protocol. Are you conservative? Are you aggressive? You choose your entry model. Okay, if you get stopped out, you get stopped out. It works in your favor. You start taking profits where you need to. That's the essence of the system. Okay, giving you a system you can count on during the most opportune time of the market. We're starting to see meta slide to the downside, guys. Meta slide to the downside. So a lot of scalps here, a lot of scalp opportunities. SPY is chopping around, just buying its time. Even Walmart breaks down to downside, bounce on the 200, they're doing the retrace. All right, so a lot of scalps, guys. Okay, a lot of scalps. TP 13%, beautiful job, Firefly. The indexes all of them are still relatively within their opening range. They're just providing a couple of scalps. No scale outs or TPs. Tesla was looking good to the upside as one of the ideas early. And but again, another scalp on Tesla. But nothing is lasting. You gotta just be in it. You have to be in, take your money and get out.
Stock sell 23. Stop sell.
Okay. You can see, take the calls. Reject out those three levels.
Stop sell 50. Stop sell.
You actually target this level here using the SAT key level, and then it comes back in, no reclaim. You push the upside, now Tesla's back below VWAP. Okay. A lot of scalps, guys, a lot of scalps. Not a lot of follow through on those moves. Again, 14 minutes left, 14 minutes left. Do me a favor, take a minute, pause, and hit the like button, smash the like button. If we were at 100 likes, we will do a giveaway. We'll do a giveaway of our comprehensive 5.5 hour against our day trading course. All right, so let's get the likes up. The goal is 100 likes before 10:30. All right, we're about 13 minutes away from 10:30. Palantir, nice call out on Palantir. Firefly, beautiful catch.
Who's added themselves to your 4 p.m. and your budget?
So again, possible double dip on NVIDIA. The first time.
Preventative maintenance is also.
I do like SPY as well, so I might have to look for SPY. SPY 754 is right with NVIDIA. Again, treat them as scalp. See profit, take profit, guys. See profit, take profit is a protocol. See if SPY can give me an opportunity here. All right, Davium's coming into play as well. Keep a close eye. Keep a close eye. Amazon might come into play once again, so the same names from before. So although SPY didn't break down, Amazon gave us a nice double-digit opportunity. All right, and NVIDIA got us stopped out. So if NVIDIA wants to break down, more than likely SPY needs to break down, Q's need to break down. Okay, so our initial runway is into this soft target here. In the event that that does come into play, our initial soft target is into the low of the day. Okay, that's our initial soft target. There is the window opportunity. It seems very thin, but that's what we got. Okay, that's the market's giving us. Okay. Nice catch on pound here, Firefly. Nice catch. Walmart, the other way, full circle of Walmart. Yep, Walmart going the other way.
Stop sell 20.
Apple, yeah, Apple got above that dead upside break. It out the alert. Apple already broke out. Okay. Very, very choppy day. We're hugging that 50% retrace today. Okay, see spot can hold below that, give me a signal. Hold below there. I like how the Qs are starting to break down. I like how everything's on the same page. That's favorable. Okay. There we go. What a break there.
Stop sell 231. Stop sell. Stop sell. Stop sell 42.
Okay, if I could use a break. If we continue the break, I'm going to jump back in NVIDIA. NVIDIA second attempt. Okay, so get that retest here on SPY. Give me that retrace reject. Give me that retrace reject right there. A little push. So you can see the room is into this area right here. This is the from here to here. One little push, one little push. It takes a leg lower. I have a video. Okay, I'll take a video right there, second attempt. Okay, we caught SPY on that retrace reject. It did good, couldn't get that retrace reject.
Stop sell.
Second attempt on the video. That'll be my proxy. My SPY breaks down. Now let's see the video can break down now. Same risk on the video. Nothing really changes.
Stop by 27. Stop by.
Yeah, nothing changes, same thing. If SPY can get above and get back below it, I'll take SPY on the
Stop by
downside.
28. Stop by.
NVIDIA starting to bounce. Do a nice little wick there. Take SPY right there. Ah, couldn't get filled. Couldn't get filled on SPY. Let me cancel that. Trying to get filled right there on SPY. We caught that. With a nice entry. Anyone catch SPY there? If you did, good. Fill out the video for the puts. Sitting right at this weekly open, that's key. So one that separation downside 208.90, 99. I tried to take SPY there, couldn't get filled. Perfect entry. SPY is starting to sell off as the Qs are starting to sell off. See that can lead NVIDIA completely collapse. All right, so you have room into PML here. All right, that is your room. All right, that couldn't get filled there. That cost a little bit there. That was a perfect entry. If you want to hit on SPY, dollar signs in the chat. If you took SPY, guys. There you go. You have room into PML now. Okay, so you can hold below PML. So again, I want to see a complete collapse below PML for SPY to help this NVIDIA position. Okay, we're actually going to sell off on Tesla here. Everything's starting to sell off. Okay, so PML right there.
We'll take our profit today.
Two.
100, almost 800 there.
Top target, final target is there. Yeah, that 15 minutes.
$780 on that. We missed a premium here. I mean, rejected off of the IB level, just previous IB level.
So now the question.
Oh wow! Looks like he's gonna hit it. That was a good target.
We have room to go all the way.
Yeah, I broke even on Nasdaq position earlier, which was
headed towards the lows of the day
before the open. Didn't hold it. If I held it, would have
Feel that?
got nice.
I want that 208.65.
I would have been a nice 20 points, but looks like SPX is gonna hit. Yeah, it's gonna hit that target. I should have held it, but got something today at least, right?
Yeah, I was trying to get that too.
Yeah.
Video's starting to go.
The SPY and then SPY and NQ are just puking now.
Don't chase.
I missed that short on NQ here.
208.65.
Right, the volume node.
2 TP2 guys.
Oh, there it was. Yeah, I see it
It did
now.
flash upwards at 8. I want that double bottom to fail here. Continue to push the downside. SPY has room to continue to push. He was have room into that.
I want to set up today. I did not get max value on it, but we got something, right? After yesterday's break even,
We're gonna need a break.
happy to get some profits today.
For Nvidia, in case that continued sell off, I'm gonna keep my risk the same on Nvidia. Okay. And what about a 7-8% opportunity on Nvidia? Okay. We're retesting that PML. Retesting that PML. Do they want to trap this thing and go back the other opposite way? If they do, that's vicious. If they do, that's vicious. We got the PMH, we reject that PMH, we have the PML, we grab PML. We didn't take the bid off that weekly open. I stopped it all the way up here. Or I need to take place here on SPY for that. Nvidia get back into position. Retrace, reject.
Since the dawn of time, man has been plagued by itch and irritation from not wiping fully clean because he was relying on the dry stuff to wipe. Yikes. Well, what man didn't realize is that wetter cleans better. Behold, wet. See how wet dude wipes completely clears while dry TP smears, leaving debris behind? Uranus. Ditch the itch and switch to wet extra large dude wipes for the best clean, hands down.
Nvidia whether it stopped out. Second time. On no pull above that conservative. Use the push. I get stopped out. Okay, I get stopped out there on Nvidia. All right, so gave Nvidia a shot. Stopped out twice on Nvidia. Did give us a little bit of an appreciation. I was looking for a little more than that. At least double digits. If SPY can, if you're still in Nvidia, if SPY can go a little lower, you might have a continued chance. Stopped on Nvidia. So 2 stop outs on Nvidia. Amazon worked nice in our favor. And a 1 missed trade on SPY here. The 15 minutes still looks weak, guys. 15 minutes still looks weak. Okay, so what all that happened so far is we banged on this resistance. We fell. So this 15-minute candle can close below it the next 2 minutes. All right, depending on how close we are to that wick, it gives the bears a shorter path to make it a continuation candle. Now look at that shakeout on Nvidia. And like that completely shakes out there. Okay. To just stop me out and continue to push the downside. And a nice retrace, reject on as it continues to push more. Stop out by 90%. Beautiful job. 22% on that retrace reject there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Chance of the dumping. I guess no tomorrow. You can stop trading Nvidia. Another tricky move there in Nvidia. But it's not breaking down. It's not breaking down as much as SPY there. Okay. So for Nvidia to really break down, it needs to break from all this territory. Tesla's breaking down here. Meta's breaking down. Starting to see Palantir wake up. A big thing here, guys, is how do we respond to this?
All right. let's analyze. We'll go over this setup. Why did I take this position? Well, first of all, let's look. So here, let me draw this out. Mark what I had seen in the order book. I saw heavy liquidity here getting absorbed, and I'm with the confluences, right? Like so, absorption here on this massive liquidity and price. If the bulls buyers are trying to take this market back to the upside, you would expect aggressive buyers to keep pushing this, but they couldn't. And it's this level here. Look, pivot here down, comes up, rejects, comes back, rejects. So with that many rejections, this level is clearly respected. It's an IB level from the previous week, whatever. And then this heavy liquidity, and I also noticed the SPY and NQ just weakness there. Say, oh yeah, look at that. It would have hit the target. I could have gotten should have held it. Could have trailed. I was already in break even. Should have just held it. But I think that's my biggest problem. It's just not holding positions. Cutting profits too early, not maximizing, and then but that's the reason, right? Absorption here. I mean, you see aggressive buyers coming in to get all this liquidity, and they can't push past this wall. I mean, it's respected here. And that's why I took this, and also another confluence with the RSI. This liquidity level, liquidity here. And price fails to break above this. I mean, look at that. So multiple confluences, but the only mistake I think on this position was not holding. If you held and just trailed, and then you could even target this this acts as standard deviation. I mean, should be wow, this is well over 1%. Yeah. But that's what we're looking for every day is we're looking for absorption, we're looking for liquidity, and we're looking for our aggressive participants strong enough or not. Or is it the passive players who are gonna reject? Acceptance or rejection?
All right, don't chase. Wait for kilo or retest.
Chase.
Retest that PML retest. The nearest retest we have. You're gonna trade something more shallow. Okay, you can use the lower EMAs on the 1. That PML and that 9 EMA test, I'd say are the healthiest retests that are coming up. TP2 on the Qs, TP3 on SPY. All right, so this trade here costs. And it comes with the territory sometimes, so don't be too hard on yourself if you didn't miss that trade. Okay. Farther downside, printing, making money, advertising, IV, 100%. Yeah, SPY guys, if you're in those runners, all right, snap those EMAs on, look at everything selling off. We have possible room back into that weekly open. Okay, weekly open. If we get back below that weekly open, then we're going to be in the jaws of that gap. Okay. Tesla fall off the cliff, full circle on Tesla. Meta starting to fall. Nvidia just refuses to go below 208.65. Mars continue to step in at that level. That has room with the PML. 150% on SPY push. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Apple continues to push forward. Apple continues to march forward. Microsoft flat. SpaceX. Okay, SpaceX. Look at that. Back below VWAP. Eventually, maybe in a couple of weeks, guys, when SpaceX's IV kind of gets back to relative normal, guys, relatively normal. It will be tradable very soon. SpaceX is making its debut, and the option is more. Let's buy another leg lower. Let's buy another leg lower. Amazon puts brewing. Okay, buyer's gonna pick this thing back up off that 52.27. Is that a bounce? Is that legit? Or is that fraudulent? A fraudulent bounce? Or is there legitimacy behind it? There will be some legitimacy behind this bounce if we can get back to the 1600 on the VIX. Hughes reclaim 738.09. 15-minute reversal. This turned into a hammer. If not, it's just buyer trying to take a nice little push back up. Let's get some Amazon come to play. So again, a lot of buyers at 208, 208.65 on Nvidia. Okay. Okay, that PML 90-MA test is coming up on SPY. PML 90-MA test coming up on SPY. Want to see some bearish activity in that territory. PML 90-MA test is coming up on IWM as well. That turns into rejection. That turns into rejection there off that TP2. I'll take Amazon to the downside. SPY rejects here. Amazon, I'll take the Amazon puts. Couldn't get it in time here. Amazon breaking down nicely. Need that perfect entry. You can just wick a little bit, wick one more time, move to the upside. Those entries make a difference, guys. Those entries make a difference. Those entries make a difference. Amazon starting to wick. I want to see SPY start to reject. I'm going to keep an eye on the Amazon puts as SPY leads up into this 9-MA PML retest. Okay, 9-MA PML retest. Come on, Amazon, come back in. Very herky-jerky here. Come back in just a little bit back to that entry territory. Look at that 5-minute candle on SPY so far. 5-minute bounce on SPY.
EFU 6 CME sell at 7,600. 75 cross 200.
Right, test coming up. Put in the chat. Does SPY reclaim PML? Does it resurface back up PML? Or does it reject off? If we're waiting for that rejection of PML, not 9-MA, look for shooter candles. Okay, I see those shooter candles, and the steel inverted hammer, going to do some weak candles, big combination. That's just suggest weakness. Or bearish candlestick combinations. NVIDIA just refuses, guys. NVIDIA just refuses. Possible cup and handle on Tesla brewing. And keeping a close eye on per usual Amazon. Just trying to find a nice little entry. 5 for 5 on SPY and IWM. As well. 250% IWM puts. 250%. MUTP2, beautiful job. Our Walmart up. So Walmart's starting to go south, possibly. They might see a nice little push back up. The indexes. Tremendous job. So SPYs are projecting off this PML. And at 9. Amazon puts will be available. Okay, look at that doji candle on Amazon here. Well, it's starting to reject. That's going to be critical. If you're waiting for that 5-minute combination, guys, shooter off the 5. Shooter on the 5 on SPY. So it looks like SPY is running ahead of schedule. Okay, it's running ahead of IWM is running ahead of Qs, as is the closest to the 9 at the current moment. Okay, let's see what takes place here. All right, though, looks like it wants to resurface. Look at that 15-minute candle here, guys, on SPY. 4 minutes left. The reclaim first shifts lows. Now we're starting to go. IWM is testing that PML and that 9. SPY is currently above that 9. And I see some shooter candle. So everything's starting to bounce off those lows. NVIDIA going the other way back to VWAP. Meta needs that draw lower on SPY here to break back below that 9. VIX back below 16. Semis, Super 6, all bouncing off those lows. Walmart starting to slide. Intel starting to bounce off those lows as well. I want to see a shooter here on SPY. Give me a shooter. Shooter, doji. At 15-minute, we're starting to see buyers piling in out that 15-minute. All right, but we're testing that PML here. See you're back below it.
Stop by 29. Stop by.
Yeah, testing that VWAP. NVIDIA testing that VWAP. Again, guys, make sure to like the video. Let's get a like sub. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube. So there's a legitimate reclaim, or is this going to be a breakdown, back lower? So we did get some relative highs here, equal highs. So as long as we don't pick out these lows, when that next high comes in, it'll be critical. We're at the 50-50, possibly. Yeah, right at that 50-50. Keep a close eye on those 5s. Got some shooters, bearish, and the candles for confirmation. That is holding up. Meta's holding up, SPY can start to slide, Meta could possibly start to slide. So SPY reclaims that pin mount, starts to continue to push. Okay, 1 more minute left on that 5 minute candle. Take a look at that hourly candle. What can you see on the hour? What kind of candles is on the hourly time frame, right? This hourly candle, what kind of candle is it? Is this candle decisive, indecisive? Is it bearish? Is it bullish? What kind of data are we getting out of this candle?
Stop sell 32. Stop sell.
An hourly candle so far. Clear selling, clear buying. There's a little bit of a tug of war. So hourly, so far, doji on the hour. So the between the line, Amazon bullish, there, same strike.
Life is a
High, see the 1 minute, you can take a breakdown back below. If you wait up to 5, you have 7 seconds left.
Do you know one in 4 fatal car crashes involve alcohol? Drinking and driving take away your greed, your free.
Yeah, I'm gonna break below those lows. Once Amazon gives you that alert, I'll take Amazon to the downside. Okay, SPY 5 minute combo to the downside. You can use 5 for 5. You can use that PMH as your risk. You can use that 9. You take that 5, you're taking the breakdown of that 5. Break all that 5 minute candle low. But using the 1, you can use a little bit of an advanced model here. Nice rejection off that 9 on the Qs, nice rejection off the 9 on the IWM. Doji indecision, like that. Good. Again, guys, make sure to like it on YouTube. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. So far, 3 trades. If you're just jumping in, get you caught up real quick. 2 trades on NVIDIA stopped out. First trade, just a pure stop. No signs of life, no signs of green. Second trade, let's see a little bit of green. Eventually got stopped. And the only trade that worked right there so far is Amazon. But nonetheless, we're seeing some nice opportunities taking place on SPY. Nice opportunity to the downside. The new 15-minute candle here that's inside. We have an hourly candle that's looking like a doji so far. We have a new hourly candle coming in top of the hour in 13 minutes. PLTR can stay hold below weekly open. We're going to go. You call falling off the cliff. This is a 5-minute breaker. All right, so if you're taking this 5 minute,
Stop sell 29.
up here, you
Stop sell.
there, more aggressive. Depending on where your stop is, it's going to determine where your reward is. Anyone take that to the downside? We trade the 9, Amazon puts down 2.5, came and scalp and everything reverses. All right, stop on Amazon. Everything is just very, very shaky. Very shaky. Tesla, maybe inverse, cup and handle on Tesla. 5 still shows some selling here on SPY. $15 is inside. $15 is inside. And we took out first shift's low. Do you see how we took first shift's lows? Boom, we grab first shift's low right there. And immediately go up. That tells us, okay, yesterday, if you recall yesterday's action, right? I'll let Ivan get a chance to take a look at yesterday's action in real time. I didn't have a chance of looking at it in hindsight. But yesterday's action, when we came into that first shift high, after expanding, we continued to push the upside. So there's a lot of continuations yesterday. Or very first or second. This go around, we're seeing immediate reversals of prior shift lows. Right, so the conditions are slightly different from yesterday. Okay. How was the pace of yesterday, guys? Strikers, how was the pace? Was the pace similar to this? Couple of nice moves and then just a drawn out fight throughout. Second dividend trade, 35% puts. Beautiful job. All day garbage. Well, let's take a look at poly market real quick. The rate cut ad. Okay, what do we got here?
Stock by 21.
How many Fed rate cuts?
Stock by
At least Primark can do is change the picture. All right, they set up the J Powell picture. So we're still leaning towards no rate cut. The remainder of the year, that can change. Amazon going the other way. This breakdown on SPY, of course, was worth waiting for. That was gorgeous. That's all Shockwave has given so far on SPY. So now we got a low here. Okay, we got a low here. We got a low here. Okay, so we got a high here. So the next low, as long as it doesn't come lower than this low, and we get a higher high before then, we can start to work our way back to upside. Okay. Back to the upside, meaning not back into all, but not back at the high of the day, but what's in reach as of now. This VWAP 50% retrace test. Okay, that's going to be possibly where that higher high comes in. Right, so the action is very slow. All right, very slow action, cutting the scalps here and there. One clean breakdown move on SPY. Grab those lows back, pump the upside. All right, so let's try to grind back up. Can you buy market or ask? And go with the for since I trade more mainly SPY.
So much attention.
Let's look at it.
Still existing.
All right, so since it's price are very tight. So I try to trade name, but relatively tight. Great idea. You're right. When it finds a trade name and has a wider spread. Okay. You want to go for the mid. Best case scenario, you want to go for the bid. Sometimes you can't get fill in the bid. All right, second best choice is the bid. I would avoid trading the ask, buy the ask on names that have a spread. That's very wide. Okay, so let's see, that leaves us a slide here. Okay, let's just zoom out. Let's go to the 5 real quick. We're just on the 5 so far. Okay, you may have started to fan out, but you got a shooter push back lower. Okay, very here. So look for one more setup. Today like a Monday for me. Okay. Small caps continue to sell off. SPY breaks below these lows. Continue to slide. Slide. There's some legitimacy behind it. It made projection. If we knock out these lows, honestly, you start pushing back the downside. You got a high here, lower than this high. Right. So again, what I want you to know is when you zoom out, when you down zoom out on the daily time frame, we're inside prior day range. We're expanding outside of PML, inside prior day range. Amazon decided to go the other way. Nvidia just hugging VWAP. Okay, so nothing too clean here, guys. PMA projection here. Looking good. But everything is a scalps. The only thing that wasn't a scalp that can maybe get you a nice push was here. Everything after that, guys, is hard fought. All right, so don't let the action frustrate you. Okay, don't let the action throw you off. Okay. If you're done for the day, be done for the day. Tomorrow's, of course, Wednesday. We do have the pharmacy tomorrow. Sometimes I can hold well at the outside breaker. Spies inside. The Qs are actually directional. The Qs are directional to the downside. So is small caps and the Dow is directional to the upside. All right, so what that simply means is this. Okay, this is very important. You have this SPY. Okay. So the Dow. Full circle on Amazon. QQQ. This is IRA. Okay. So within prayer, if we say though this is prior range, then let's fly them. These are the Dow. This is what the Qs are doing. This is what small cap are doing. Okay, there goes Amazon, guys. Amazon back the other way. Interestingly enough. Full circle on Amazon. Right, that's what's keeping SPY indecisive. The Dow and the Qs are doing the opposite thing. The complete opposite. So that's why SPY is stuck. Again, this follows me. SPY is stuck, can't get any follow through. Amazon is starting to go, guys. Amazon come back in for the calls. AMD gap closing, every day update, AMD starting to sell off. A lot of those silicon the name starting to sell off. See on Small caps on up as well, and down holding us. Down holding up with leads and Walmart continue to push. So, slugfest here. Today might be Amazon both ways. The 250s. Just to put this go around. Calls. See if we get a shockwave signal here. Buy started, complete the breakdown, slow breakdown, below that 9, get the shooter. Okay, Q at the low of the day. NVIDIA break it down once again. Right, so spike can go possible, double bottom there. Amazon reclaim, push back into that 248.6 PMH. And those are 250 calls, they have a lot of volume on them. So nice push on Amazon. Amazon's actually direction of the upside. Amazon is direction of the upside. So we look double bottom there on SPY, I'll take Amazon back, the upside. Call, that's all that level. Getting very close to midday, still have some time. See if we can get paid on Amazon. Both directions. Okay, that might push. And then they push there on Amazon. Yeah, Amazon right there. Just go around up an Amazon call. Okay, an initial space into PMH. Have an Amazon calls. Ideally, I want SPY to go hold these lows, double bottom hold. Risk on Amazon is all the way down here, conservative. Let's see it working our favorite on both sides. Amazon. And then PMH, of course, is going to give us a little bit of a hard time. Right, but forget about PMH, we're looking at highs today. And that's our current trade. Okay, so we'll see I'm going to start working our favor. It's SPY, go possible, double bottom. Off this area, continue to push. If you took Amazon, guys, manage accordingly. Okay, or the highs of the day, Amazon, nice push on Amazon. Yeah, take my drawdown right there at 12 on Amazon. Down to runners, right? So thank you very much, Amazon. See you above that level. We'll pick Amazon's and highs of the day. Right, down to runners on Amazon. There we go, Amazon up 13. There we go. There we go, 15. Okay, go. Scale on Amazon if you need to. Up 20% on Amazon. Okay. I took a majority off at 12 at the highs of the day, per usual. I got 200 MA right there on Amazon. See the runners can go to TP1. There we go, 25, 27. Go. 27, 28. Stable at 200 MA here. We can do that, that'd be great. So Amazon working my favor nicely. I'm gonna jump over to the 5 to babysit this, right? The 5, I'm gonna move my stop on the 5 to this quarterly upside break of 240.93. Okay. No pull below there. The runners will go in our favor. Okay, TP where you need to, guys. I encourage you to TP per usual. You guys know the importance of TPing. You have to pay the trader at some point in time. So Amazon to the rescue today. At 200 MAs right there, that might give us a hard time. Right, but no ifs, ands, or buts. I want no close below that 290, 248.93. Okay, no close below that on the 5. I can get that, I'll stay in. If I get it close below it, I'll clear with my TP. Alright, so these runners should not go in the negative. You can see spot double bottoming here. Okay, I'm gonna start to go south. So give you one more chance to push back above that territory. I just don't want it to go to the negative, all right? I think it's only about 200 EMA. Chance here. Okay, there's an illustration of the importance of TP. Okay. Importance of TP. See now I can start to rally here back to the upside above that core left side breaker. I'll call that one right there. So I'll pull that one right there, very close to breaking on those runners. Right? So Amazon last trade. Okay, taking the highs. Highs the day, continues to expand. Goes to very close to TP1 and then stopped out there. All right, so and scale out as well. So maybe I could have squeezed a little more out of that, but I wanted to see if it has a little more room to continue to push. And now it's starting to go south. Okay, so Amazon is the only trade that worked in our favor. Today, 2 stop outs on NVIDIA, 2 trades on Amazon worked in our favor. That 200 is too strong on Amazon, all right? Okay, anyone catch Amazon to the upside? So just the scalper's paradise, guys. JK starts tomorrow. Tremendous, guys. Yep. The shockwave's killing me on Amazon or on NVIDIA. Amazon, it's giving us 20+%. Right? Sometimes when we try to get a little bit more. Tesla's starting to go to the upside here once again. So Amazon still didn't get stopped out. If you want to sit through that back and forth, you're still in those runners. You have to sit through a little bit of negative drawdown. Might start to work its way back up, but that 200 on the hour is giving us a hard time. About 10%, good. Okay, so see profit, take profit is the motto. Conditions like this. See profit, take profit. Don't discount the 20, the 15, the 25, the 13, the 12. Base it. So think of it as a slow and low scoring game. Okay, low scoring games, right? You have to take what the opponent is giving you, right? You have to put some points on the board. All that out like 10%, did you good? Worst case scenario, if it starts to work against you, you have to get knocked down. A day like today is not the day where you want to, okay, just hold your trades, overstay your visit. Okay, 10% Amazon could be good. Tech pounds here, PLTR. Look at PLTR. What's the PLTR bounce now? SAT, you know where that fueling us off of. So if you took a shockwave, look at this. This is a beautiful trade, TP1. What are the bounce off of some key zones? I'm going to do with the back and forth. And if you're going to do with the back and forth, you only get stopped out. Right? Possibly trying to get a good scale out there. It's possibly trying to get back to that TP1 territory on Amazon. It's going to be a hard fought game, guys. All right? Hard fought game. Spy, inside, don't decide. Amazon last trade idea here. Is anyone still holding Amazon? Still red day, okay, keep it. It's a red day, guys, red day, safe place. Don't let it get blown out of proportion. This trade on, at SPY, right, sometimes you take the trade, you don't get filled, all right, so you don't get filled, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. In my case, I was able to get filled. But Amazon was the only trade that worked on here today, so 2 trades on Amazon, both worked out, 2 trades on video, both out there. Okay, so we'll probably look for one more setup between now and 12 o'clock and be done. Okay. Between now and 12 o'clock will be done. If nothing shows up, I don't mind not taking any more trades. Spies indecisive. I think it that nice little break to the downside scalp, somewhat of a double bottom, not the equal. Okay, in the course we talk about how every double bottom doesn't have to be. Double bottoms come in different shapes and sizes. Okay, you have the double bottom, everyone knows this. Okay, sometimes you have double bottoms that look like this. They're kind of relative double bottoms. So now the question becomes, when you give yourself a gray area, when you say relative, how relative? Will this be, could this be double bottom? So you have to have an area, okay, where you kind of mark out that support. Okay, so in this case, there's a key level there, some lows there, mark out this territory here. Some double bottoms look like this. Okay, they translate to simple definition double bottom, but a more complicated definition, or a more advanced definition is liquidity graph. Okay, but this would be something referred to as kind of relative bottom, very close to one another. So every exact to a pick.
Stop. Here is a before of my stomach before Sonobello, and this is after. This year, don't just lose weight, lose stubborn fat and sagging extra skin permanently at Sonobello. I wanted the results of the tummy tuck, but not the downtime. We've helped over 300,000 people transform.
Okay. Who's done for the day, guys? Anyone done for the day? PML giving us a hard time here. PML giving us a hard time. Like if you guys make it like. We're gonna take a quick coffee refill break here. In the meantime, we'll look at likes to do the giveaway before 12 o'clock. If you have any questions, put your question in the chat. See how you getting the read on the action, see how many trades you've taken, see if you're still within your risk, see if you're still following your plan to a T. If you're agreed up until now, you did your job. If you've read, you've hit your max trades, you also did your job. Don't let things get blown out of proportion. All right, we're starting to see some slow markets. Opportunities that are present themselves are not those massive expansions. Right, so if you got used to those massive expansions, the 50, 60, 80, 90% trades, right, they're still there, but they're not happening as frequently. Right, so what the market is giving is those low double-digit returns, okay, 13, 14, 20s, between the 10s and 20s. All right, those 10s and 20s is what's giving. All right. So today the runners are not really running. They're not running, so it's just a one shot, one kill type of day. All right, on that note, guys, we'll take a quick coffee refill break. In the meantime, smash the like button. Make some entries in your journal. If you're a first time viewer, let us know where you're joining from. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Long time viewers, take the next steps, join our community. On the other side of the break, we're talking about how to join our community, how to access all the tools and resources, and also I'll make the link available for our upcoming webinar this Saturday. Our Shockwave 15 webinar this Saturday, right? So I did cover it some time. We'll go over that this Saturday. We'll cover 2.0. We'll cover 1.0 as well. So if you did purchase Shockwave over the past few days, be it starter pack, be it quarterly pack, a lot of you are sending me messages on how to set it up. There is a video, a tutorial on how to set it up. we'll do that. We'll do another one this weekend to help you as well in real time. The webinar will be live. It's not pre-recorded. There'll be a small section, about 5 to 7 minutes, where I go over some slides. After that, we're going to jump right into the charts. All right, so you definitely want to attend that webinar. I'll have the details for that on the other side of this coffee break. Okay. So in the meantime, let's enjoy our SAT playlist. Hit the like button. And then we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Small action trade.